This is the valley's worst nightmare once again. Jammu and Kashmir government has now officially declared floods in parts of Kashmir. This after the Jhelum river crossed the danger mark at two critical points, at the Raj Munshi Bagh and at Sangam. As per latest reports, 8 bodies have been recovered. These were in the Jhelum river. This was in the Budgam district. 8 people are still missing. Several houses have collapsed in Budgam, very close to Srinagar. Many low-lying areas in Srinagar, including the upscale Raj Bagh. These areas are now inundated. Heavy downpour across most parts of Srinagar. The rainfall also forced the closure of the Srinagar-Jammu National Highway. Thousands of travelers are stranded. The situation is not very different in the Jammu region, especially in Poonch, where a key bridge was washed away by flash floods. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has sent Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi, Minister of State, to Jammu and Kashmir for an on-the-spot assessment of the flood situation and to coordinate rescue and relief operations with the state government and provide whatever help is required.
There has been an unfortunate death in Udhampur, and there have been some flash floods in Jammu as well. We are working and watching the situation. I have authorized the release of an amount of rupees 225 crore in favor of Divisional Commissioner Kashmir and rupees 10 crore for Divisional Commissioner of Jammu and SDRF for rescue and relief. I am thankful to Honorable Home Minister of India. He had a telephonic conversation with me, and they have sent a disaster management team. They have reached here, they had a meeting with Chief Secretary, and they are also helping in this situation.
Headlines today's Shujaul Haq now joins me with the latest from Srinagar. Shuja, rains were expected. In fact, the next 48 hours are supposed to be extremely critical for Jammu and Kashmir. What's the latest?
Well, that's right, Gaurav. Next 48 hours are believed to be crucial. Though a little bit of breather has come about with the news that in Sangam, which is the the measuring gauge at South Kashmir, there has been a slight decrease in the meter rating of the flood level or the water level of Jhelum, which is a little bit of breather. But at the same time, the Met Department has suggested that it is going to be a bad weather for at least till 4th of April. The exact prediction suggests that for next 2 days there could be rains, but intermittent rains. But after 2 days, heavy rainfall is expected, which will last till 4th of April. That is one very important concern that even the government is very keenly looking at this point of time. As far as the government is concerned, they have not taken anything to chance. They've just completely issued an alarm, have hit the panic button, have told the people to move out of those places which are flood prone. They've been told that to go to upper reaches or go to those places which are earmarked as shelters in their vicinities.
Okay. What we were also told that there are several flanks at the Jhelum river where the bund was seen to be weak or perceived to be weak, and army engineers were being rushed there. Is the strengthening of Jhelum, these bunds, is it happening, or is that a major cause for concern?
It is an important cause of concern. In fact, right from the beginning, Gaurav, that was one of the very important things that the entire machinery was looking at. See, the issue is that Kashmir Valley has witnessed the last flood in September 2014. It is not even 7 months that have gone by.
Yes.
And at various places, because of that devastating flood, there were breaches in the Jhelum. A lot of at a lot of places there were complete breaches in the bund.
Yes.
And those breaches were filled up with soil which is still loose, and that is important concern. There were reports of seepage yesterday evening, but I must tell you that they have been working overtime. They've been trying to fill those seepages. They've been trying to support it with whatever they can, but it still remains a very important cause of concern.
Stay with me, Shuja. Former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah, in fact, he had faced the brunt of these floods in September. He says, sadly, not much was done, not much central help came post-September 2014, and that is why the situation is extremely grim. Let's listen into more reactions that are coming in. Let's also listen into Omar Abdullah.
अभी भी अगर आप देखें सड़कें जो है वो खुली हैं, कम्युनिकेशन जो है उसको किसी तरह का नुकसान नहीं हुआ है और वही अफसर जो सितंबर में इन हालात से जो है निपट रहे थे वही अफसर आज भी तैनात हैं। तो शुक्र है कि सितंबर के जो सबक हमने सीखे हैं उनको आज हम अमल में ला सकते हैं। अब सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने तो कुछ नहीं किया। सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट यही तो बदकिस्मती है। उस वक्त हमसे कहा जा रहा था कि इलेक्शन हम टाइम पे कराना चाहते हैं ताकि फ्लड रिलीफ जो है वो लोगों तक पहुंचे और इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को नए सिरे से बनाएं। अब ना फ्लड रिलीफ लोगों तक पहुंचा ना इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बना और आज दोबारा से लोग जो हैं वो परेशानी के आलम में हैं।
We are in touch with the state government and everybody is keeping a watch over the activities. I mean, we are keeping a watch over the water level. The IMD has projected that for next 2-3 days there will be more rains. So we are keeping a watch over it and depends on that our preparations is there. So it's difficult to say, but right now all I can say is that there is no need to get panic over it. The people should remain calm and quiet and the state administration would do the best and I'm sure the NDRF boys will do their best once they reach there. So we just have to keep a watch over the water level.
हमारा जो इमीडिएट टीम है वो तो पहुंच चुके हैं, वो अपने कार्य में लगे हुए हैं। एडिशनल जो भी ज़रूरत होगा हमारा सेंट्रल फोर्सेस और साथ में आर्मी के और इसके अलावा भी कोई चीज़ ज़रूरी होगा वो तुरंत मिलेगा और अभी हम फिर से खबर लेंगे कि वहाँ इस वक्त हालत क्या है। फिर अभी खबर लेता हूँ क्योंकि हमारा टीम तैयार है। हम लोग इस तरह का प्राकृतिक आपदा जो आते हैं तो उसमें निपटने के लिए हमेशा से हम लोग तैयार रहते हैं।
The centre says all help will be provided, but a major allegation leveled by former Chief Minister and NC Chief Omar Abdullah Shuja. Omar Abdullah says no infrastructure developed with central help post the 2014 September floods. What's the ground reality?
Well, Gaurav, he is actually taking a dig at the centre as well as the government in Jammu and Kashmir. Remember when they announced the elections for Jammu and Kashmir, he had reservations to the fact that the National Conference was saying that it is not the right time. They should be allowed to carry on with the flood work and later on elections should happen. But at that point of time, the government in Delhi decided to go ahead with it, and now Omar Abdullah is finding it appropriate to take a dig at the government, saying that they didn't do enough in last 6 months, and he is taking all sort of pointers to sort of prove his allegation or rather criticism towards the central government. It basically all the issues like filling up of these breaches in the bund, also the issue of reaching out to those who wanted rehabilitation. He is making it all out in the open.
Yes.
But the fact remains that in last 6 months the state of Jammu and Kashmir has seen so much in terms of political activity that very little time probably the administration must have gotten to actually do tangible or take tangible steps to ensure that there is a disaster management setup available when it is required.